Hello guys, welcome to the video. So in this one, I want to improve movement of the enemy. And first improvement I want to do is him avoiding corners. If to be precise, I want enemy to move in the middle of the road instead of moving close to the wall. As of now, it is moving like that because it chooses the shortest path possible. And that is okay, usually, but for tower defense game we wanted to go in the middle of the road, because otherwise, first of all, feels a bit unfair to the player. Second of all, if it uses only small part of the road, then other part of the road is going to be unused and it's going to feel useless. So that's what I want to fix. To fix it, we can simply create multiple waypoints and make enemy move from one point to another. So at first, let's create multiple waypoints by using an array. We're going to go here and we're going to change transform from a common variable to array. Now, if you save it, we need to comment this for now. So if you save it, you can see we've got an array of variables and we can put multiple points into one variable. And that's what we're going to do. Let's take the waypoint. Let's move it to the corner over here. I want to put it somewhere in the middle of the road. Then I want to duplicate it. Move another one on this corner. Then duplicate it again. Place it over here. Let's do the top-down view. Then we're going to duplicate it. Move it here. One more. And then one more over here as a final point. Next, we want to take all of these waypoints and we want to put them into array on the enemy. Let's just maybe lock inspector over here. Then we're going to take all of the waypoints and drag them like this. Very good. Now we can unlock the inspector, select enemy basic, and we need to go to the script so we can adjust the logic. We need to make a method that would return a vector 3. When you make a method like this, private vector 3, I'm going to name it as get next waypoint. So when you make a method like that, it must return a value. If you're a little bit confused about methods and what is the difference between void and vector 3, you can go back to the crash course section and there I explain it. And also, I'm going to explain it right now in a very simple way. So when you have a void method, it is not supposed to return anything and it can just do some functionality and that's it. You can write any lines of code in the method, it will be called, it will do the lines of code and that's it. But when you have methods such as vector3 method or boolean method or any maybe like float method, then it must return a value before it's done. So in a similar way, you can do any calculations you like inside of this method, but after that you have to return something. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to make a local vector3 variable that I'm going to call as target point, and this variable will be equals to the next point we're going to use. For this one, we probably need an index so we can circulate between waypoints in the array. Let's make private int waypoint index. That's going to be the value. And then over here, we're going to do target point equals to waypoint array with a waypoint index dot position, just like that. And after that, we're going to do waypoint index plus plus. And after that, we're going to return target point. So what are we doing here? Why it works like that? When you start the game, actually when this enemy is enabled in the start or when it's created, we're going to have a waypoint index that is equals to 0. And we can get next waypoint in the start, right? And because we have waypoint index 0, it's going to choose waypoint element 0 in the array. And this is a set of transforms and we need vector 3. That's why we're doing dot position, right? So local variable will be equals to that. And in this way, we save in the value before we change it. I mean, saving inside of this get next waypoint method. Then we take waypoint index and we do in plus plus, which essentially means equals to waypoint index plus 1. Just try it's shorter. So we increase in the waypoint index, and then we return the target point that we previously saved in a local variable. And by doing this, we get in the waypoint that we need right now, and we preparing this index for the time when we need next waypoint again. Then, when we need next point again, this one will have value of 1. So we're gonna say target point equals to waypoint with the index of 1. We're gonna save it in a local variable. We're gonna increase the index, and then we're gonna return the one that we saved in the local variable. And next time when we use it, it's gonna be 2. So it's gonna take this element, and then it's going to increase the value and return element that we saved, and so on until we have waypoints. Alright, so this one does only half of the job, because this one gets the waypoint. We also need to make agent move. We can do that by using an update. Let's open update method. And update is called all the time, so with help of update, we can always check if we need to get next waypoint, and we're gonna get next waypoint if agent's remaining distance is really low, means we are really close to the current waypoint we have. So I'm gonna do if remaining distance is less than 0.5 f, which is a really small value, then we're gonna do agent set destination to get next waypoint. And this one requires vector 3, this one returns vector 3, so this is a perfect logic, I guess. And just in case, I'm gonna leave a couple of comments here. This will be the one, and here gonna be a second one. Alright, very good. Now let's save it, let's go back to Unity, and let's try this out. Gonna go to play mode, and we can see now agent moves to the waypoint. Oh, I forgot to reduce stopping distance. Let's do it now. Let's do stopping distance 0. Let's go to play mode again. So yeah, we can see agent moves closer to the waypoint, then it turns to the next one, and next one, and next one, and so on. We can see that when we reached the final point on the map, we've got this error message, index was outside of the bounds of the array. So the deal is that even if we don't have any more waypoints in the array, we're still trying to do +1 and we're still trying to return it. To fix it, we can do something super simple. We're gonna do if waypoint index is bigger or equals to waypoint length, and length of this array is 6, and waypoints array itself does not have element number 6. So if waypoint will be bigger or equals to 6, then we can just return transform position of the enemy itself. And it's gonna stop the movement. Return transform position. Okay, let's try this again. And we're gonna go to play mode. And now it's gonna move to one waypoint, then the second one. And then it's gonna just stop, which is perfectly fine for us. Also, we can see when this enemy moves, it kind of overshoots the target and does weird movements around the waypoint itself. This enemy not supposed to move very fast, so we can just reduce the speed to fix it. And lastly, you can see how weird is the rotation of this enemy, even if we reduce the speed. For this enemy, I plan to have speed of 1. In general, enemies should not move very fast in the tower defense game, because otherwise towers will not be able to shoot them unless it's a purpose of the enemy to move fast, okay? So we're gonna set speed just 1, and even though it has a low speed, we can see the rotation of this enemy is quite weird. That is because of how rotation on the nav mesh agent works. Even if you increase angular speed, it will not help much. That's why I want to introduce custom rotation, and we're gonna do that in the next video. Now let's just create a couple of more enemies and make sure they are working fine together, and we're gonna jump to the next one. I'm gonna duplicate it, place it here, duplicate it, and place it here. Now let's hit the play mode, and they move all together just fine. Pretty and nice. Yeah, I like it. Now let's go to the next video. We're gonna improve rotation of the enemy. Okay, I'll see you there.